This is the Starlight Express Alumni Podcast.
My name is Windsor Robinson. I'm from London in the UK, England. I am a dancer, actor and singer. I've done quite a bit actually, but the main thing in my life was Starlight Express, which I started back in 1986. You know, I did the Japan-Australia tour, which was, wow, out of this world. You know, I rehearsed in London with a few Americans, with a few Australians and New Zealand, and one or two Japanese as well. You know what I mean? It was a great experience being on tour, touring, cities, especially in Japan. Japan was the main one, which blew my mind. You know what I mean? The set was big, everything was big. We went to Australia as well. We did about 5 cities in Australia. Sorry, we did 2 cities in Japan, 5 cities in Australia, And then straight from Australia, I heard that the German production was coming up. So what happened is that they asked me if I wanted to do the German tour. So I said, yeah, great, let's go. So, I came over to Germany and started doing Germany. This was in 1988, I think, 88, 89. When one of the original casts I started. Also, Japan, Australia, I was one of the original casts as well, members. Coming to Germany, I did the original Starlight Express opening, and I did it for about 4.5, 5 years, you know what I mean? So in total, I did Starlight for around 7 years, including the tour and everything, yeah? The roles in Starlight I played, I started off as a swing. I played the engines, like, Bobo, the French train, turn off the Russian train. I played Purse. I played Krupp. I played Gang. I played the Rockies. I played Dustin. And I can't remember who I covered, but those are the main ones that I covered. You know what I mean? Plus, I was first cast Rocky 4 for Germany. Rocky 4 died, and then it went down to 3 Rockies, so I played Rocky 3. You know what I mean?
Right.
And also swinging Dustin, Flattop. Oh yeah, I did Flattop as well. Swinging Dustin, Flattop. You know what I mean? And the engines and Gang and all that kind of stuff, yeah?
Yeah, I know. We had a chance to work together, so that was a lot of fun.
My gosh, Pete, how can I forget not working with you? My gosh, Pete, the Iron Man Pete. You know what I mean? Strong Iron Man Pete.
That's funny. Too funny. It was a lot of fun, a lot of memories. Now, what is your greatest memory? What's the first thing that comes to your mind?
First thing that comes to mind is Rockies. That's the first thing that comes to my mind because when Starlight opened in London, you know what I mean? It opened in London, I think 82, 83, something like that. And I went to see the show for the first time. It blew my mind away. The first thing I remember about the show, the first and the second thing actually, I have to say these two, was when the Gang came out for Rolling Stock. And then the entrances opened and the lights came on.
Oh, yeah.
That was wow. Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
When they did the number and they kicked that number, and then after that, of course, Papa, you have to mention him. Bell, you have to mention. And then when I saw the Rockies, this was the thing that made me want to do the show. Because I saw these Rockies, I said, that's me. That is me. You know what I mean?
I hear you, man.
Yeah, I just identified with that straight away because one, of the dancing, two, because of the athletic element of what the Rockies were doing, and also just the style of the whole thing.
That's great. That's great. Great. Now, my last question for you is 1 to 3 life lessons that you can draw from your time being at Starlight Express.
Well, work method. You know what I mean? The work method. Getting things under your belt, being professional about it and getting on stage and doing your best and just getting on with it, you know what I mean? That's what I learned there, you know what I mean? Not only that, I learned to work with other people, you know what I mean? I learned to look at people. There were some people there that didn't like me or I didn't like them or whatever, but when we got on stage, chemistry gelled, you know what I mean? So that's another thing, I had to learn to work with people. It's not all about me, it's about the whole team. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And still this day, it's still the same. Me, I'm from a dancer's perspective. I've done ballet, I've done jazz, singing, acting. I went to school to study these things, you know what I mean?
Right.
And actually living it and going on stage and putting it together, and also dancing with international people as well. For me, normally I'm dancing with English, British, Or if an American come over, one American or maybe one Australian or New Zealand in the cast, but predominantly it was British. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And for me, working with people from stateside, people from down under, Australia, and Germans also and stuff. For me, and Japanese too. For me, that was a life-changing experience where I learned not only to cope with their mentalities, but also language.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Body language. Because when we see somebody that's worked on the same show with us, we have the same thing, no matter the language. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which still, when I first went there, I thought it was in English, but it said no, it's in German. So I had to learn the German. I was on stage singing in German, didn't know what I was singing. You know what I mean? Mm. But then again, eventually got to learn. I did the show before, so I kind of knew. But for somebody new who's never done the show and then singing another language, they haven't got a clue what they're singing. They come in, learn the role, and get on stage, and all the Germans are clapping like this. You know what I mean? Because sure, they understood. Injuries, of course. I still got mine here, where I went up the bowl and fell down. Bam. My knees, my lower back, muscles. I remember a time I wasn't eating right, and I got sickness, and I was out for like 2-3 weeks. Not only that. Fatigue,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Which was, doing like, it was like 4 shows on the weekend, and in the week also 4 shows, 8 shows a week. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you're all because you wanted to show yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And also having my family there as well. Doing it for my family. When my family came, I fell down once. Trust me, when I got up, I didn't even feel myself doing the Rocky number because it was so easy.
That's funny.
Yeah,
because I know many of us, after Starlight, life goes on after Starlight, and we all created different kinds of lives, and some stayed in the industry at different, some now. Many of us are behind the scenes, directing and doing, taking what we've learned on stage behind the scenes, whether it's behind the camera or on stage. So share with everyone some of what you're doing now, because I really like to plug some of the stuff that you're doing right now.
Right now what I'm doing, I'm still writing songs. I've had like 10 to 15 songs, up and down in the charts. I've got an album under my belt. I've got a gold plaque. Shall I go get it? Can I show you?
Go, absolutely.
Yeah, this is my gold plaque that I got.
Very cool. I noticed that you have it up and on a very dominant spot so everyone can see.
That's, it has to be, you know what I mean?
That's funny.
My videos are online. If you go to Don Mega, youtube.com/Don Mega XX, you will see most of the videos of the music that I've done. And also, I'm still dancing, I'm still teaching. I teach dance and fitness. For me, I keep myself fit, I'm strong, I do choreography for TV also. I do concepts. I write a lot of concepts, which right now, if you go onto my homepage, which is connect-international.pl, you'll see a lot of what I've done. It's a little agency, so I've got dancers, I've got singers, I've got actors, acrobats, I've got pole dancers, I've got the works, you know what I mean? So when anybody needs a show, I can put a show on, you know what I mean? And
wow.
I just get together, put a show on, put it out, they pay the money, we're happy, we do the show, and then we go home, you know what I mean? But I use mostly Polish dancers because one, it's a lot cheaper, and they're very, very talented. They've not had a lot of experience, you know what I mean? So that's what I'm doing at the moment, Well,
that's great, man. That's great. I know you've always been a person that kept yourself busy, that you always stayed busy, always looking to work, always to make a difference, always staying creative. So I really appreciate you taking the time today. I know today was a crazy day for you. We connected several hours ago, and then you were making your way, you were doing your thing, and so I do appreciate you for getting together with me, and I love it, man. Thank you so much, bro. I really appreciate you taking this time to share.
Listen, man, you know, how could I not share with a friend, a long-time friend, you know what I mean? And it's like yesterday. It's just like yesterday, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we were just there yesterday, you know what I mean? So it's not as if, oh, Peter, what's he doing now? Pete, what do you look like? You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like just like yesterday.
Well, you know what's funny? It's that because of the technology, that you know, because I use the technology ever since I got on Facebook many years ago, and it was Martin Booth, the passing of Martin Booth, that got many of us on Facebook. I hated Facebook. I didn't want anything to do with Facebook. But when Robert Hardware contacted me and told me of the passing of Martin, and I connected on Facebook, and since then I've stayed on there, and I'm so active. So because of this technology, we can see what each of us are doing, providing we make it available. So it's great. And hey, we're all aging, we're all changing, but for us, we all look the same to each other. But when I put a picture next to me, and some people beat me and say, "Man, you look the same." I said, "No, here's my picture from 30 years ago, and here's me today. Very different."
It's the same thing I get to. The same thing. You know what I mean? I got my son. He's like 6 foot tall now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he's like, let me show you a little picture when he was young. That's him when he was young. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So when he was young, and he's like 6 foot tall now. We're flying home to London on Friday. You know what I mean? For like 5-6 days. You know what I mean? But no, it's true. People look at us, and especially me, keeping fit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And people look at me and they think I'm the same age. I says no. I'm a little bit older now. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm in my 50s now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm in my 50s now, and for me, I feel great. I feel great. For me, I'm looking good. You know what I mean? And I want to stay that way. You know what I mean? Because I'm still skating as well. Still put on my skates now and again and roll up and down. You know what I mean? And I think the podcast that you're doing as well, I think we should gel everything together and see what happens. You know what I mean?
Well, I think it's all good, because it's all about a legacy. And man, I have no problem at all. So share more with as that develops and as that grows. Yeah, man, thanks a lot. I appreciate you spending the time.
All right, look, I'll let you go. Yeah.
All right, man. Take care.
Anything, let me know. Yeah, I'm around. Yeah.
You got it, bro. Take care.
Peace out, man. Peace out.
Thank you, everyone, for joining me on this episode of Starlight Express Alumni Podcast. Next week, I will get together with another alumni. Be sure to subscribe. You can subscribe right here on the website at starlightexpress.club. We are definitely on the iTunes and Stitcher, and we're looking to get on the other platforms, so make sure you check there, subscribe there, and stay connected. If you are Starlight alumni, please be sure to reach out to me if you would like to be on the podcast. Would love to hear your stories and share your story with the Starlight Express fans and other alumni. Look forward to sharing with you next week. Everyone, have a great day.